It's, rolling.
Awesome. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Conversation Corner with this guy.
Happy Friday, guys. I'm like texting over here.
It is AMA Conversation Corner, which means you can ask us anything. Anything. I mean, it doesn't have to be real estate related. It doesn't have to be lender related or home financing or any of that stuff. It can be
anything.
Mm-hmm. Anything. So, we're opening it up to you guys. We want to get to know you, and we want you to get to know us, which I think sometimes it's hard for us to get to know you.
Right.
But we can sort of get to know you when you're asking questions, too. And I don't know. Maybe we'll just roll with this right now, and let Allie ask us anything.
Oh.
Allie can. She's like, oh, now you put me on the spot. You know, I'm going to have to think of something. So I'm going to talk for a little bit. I'm going to let you think of something. And then you can ask a question. She's like giving me the eye right now, like, why did you just do that? But what people don't know is, we were just talking about this. Allie is kind of the boss. I mean, she shakes her head no, but she kind of is. Like, she's in charge.
She's running the show a little bit.
She does. She runs this show. I mean, she's the person behind the camera. So if you didn't know that, Allie, my assistant, is the one who kind of runs the show behind the camera. But anyways, do you have a question yet? She's like, no.
Sure.
Oh,
no. Are there any on the?
There's no questions.
Okay.
Come on, you guys. AMA.
I'll ask you a question.
All right.
It's like going to be really broad.
Ooh.
But what made each of you want to go into the field you're working in?
Ooh, that's a really good question.
I'm gonna let you.
You're gonna let me go first?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, mine is kind of interesting. So I was doing youth ministry and college ministry prior to this, and Vanessa and I had bought our first house with an agent she was the mom of one of the kids I was discipling and leading in a Bible study, and we would do Bible study over at her house, and a lot of the times when I'd go over there, she'd be like, real estate would be really good for you, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds really awesome when it's 100% commission and I don't know what I'm going to be making. And so, like, every single time, literally, she'd just be like, it'd be really good for you. I think it'd be a good fit. And I was like, yeah, no, I just don't think that it would be. And I just kept pushing it away until finally I caved in. And I was like, all right, you know what? Maybe this is a sign from God or whoever that I should just maybe go forth and give it a shot. Mm-hmm. And so, funny thing is, I literally started working on her team and learning kind of about real estate and the systems and all that kind of stuff and getting mentored while I was taking classes. So I was getting immersed and my feet wet before I even, just to kind of make sure that this was it. And then I got my license on a Thursday, and believe it or not, I walked into work on Friday, and they let me go because of financial reasons. And so I was like,
whoa, I didn't know that.
I was like, well,
writing
real estate it is.
Writing was on the
So, I jumped in.
I didn't know that. That's good.
And I haven't looked back since, but I really didn't have a choice. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Real estate. That's real talk right there.
Mine is not as cool.
That's a lie.
It's not.
Lie.
I fell into mortgage a long time ago. After the market crash, I was just kind of looking for something new to do, looking for a career.
That's a good time to get in.
Yeah.
Hey, the market crashed. I want to be a lender.
Well, how I got into mortgage originally was through mortgage litigation. So I was on the legal side, working for an attorney, trustee.
He was big time.
Yeah, trustee handling foreclosures. So that's kind of what got my feet wet in real estate mortgage knowledge, understanding those things. And that industry started to falter a little bit as foreclosures became less and less. And then from there, I had a buddy who worked for a big mortgage bank, and Eric Sandstrom, if you watch,
What's up, Eric?
Give him a shout out, my good buddy. He was like, "Hey man, you're great at what you do. We have kind of the same experience. You should come do origination with me. You'd be great at it." So that's kind of how I
just jumped in.
I jumped in and I loved it, and I had some great mentors, Eric included, some awesome people who showed me the ropes and stuff, and ever since then, it's just been,
You know what I think is interesting about our stories now, that I think about it? And maybe when you think about, like, your own story, is how many of us like got into a profession or a career or a field where we were kind of pushed or coached by somebody else to like do it, like a friend, family member, whatever, that's like, hey, you should do this, and we're like, yeah, maybe I will, and then you go do it and you find out,
That's pretty
so
cool.
glad I did that. Why didn't I think about it?
That's pretty cool.
But I just think that's interesting. I wonder what the statistic is on
I bet you it's
people getting into.
Probably up there.
Do we have any more questions yet?
Any?
No, but Matt
Nothing.
said Happy Masters Weekend.
Havorski?
Yeah.
That's my dude.
And
I know.
said, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, that's all he said.
Okay, so again,
Matt.
if you're watching, come on, you guys, you're on here, and you can ask us anything.
It's an AMA, buddy.
It doesn't even have to be field related.
Yeah.
So I'll ask you one.
Okay.
What do you do as like a hobby or like
nervous.
your spare time outside of work? Like when you can put work aside, turn your phone off, like what is it that you like to do?
That's kind of a twofold question because there's a lot of things that I like to do, but what I tend to spend most of my free time doing is working on our house, different rentals and things like that, trying to get those ready to go. I have an awesome dog. I spend a lot of time with her, dog park, stuff like that. One of my hobbies that I enjoy is working on cars, which is kind of interesting. And I love to, modify cars, mess around with engines, and kind of tinker.
I
and
didn't
stuff
know
like
that.
Yeah. What do you mean? Yeah, you did.
Like I didn't know it was that extensive.
Oh yeah, that's if I have free time and like Rachel's not around or
Rachel Schreiner.
if she's not around and I have free time and I have something to do, I'm probably in the garage messing with my car. Yeah.
Interesting.
I know. Yeah. Anything else? Nothing?
No.
All right, now
There's
I'm gonna,
people watching. They're just asking questions.
I'm going to ask
Okay.
you, now you tell me, when you have free time, which I know is seldom, what do you do or what do you and Vanessa do? What do you guys do? What's one of your hobbies?
We love to travel. And so for the first 10 years of our marriage, we're going on, I gotta do the math in my head, so we were married in 2007. Sorry, I'm on the spot, I gotta think about it. It's 11 years.
Jeez,
It'll be 11 years.
Vanessa, congratulations. I did not know you guys have been married that long.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So when you're in ministry, you obviously don't have a lot of money. And so the last like 10 years haven't really like traveled much, and we both love to like travel different places. So I would say now that we're finally, when we do get free time, like for example, we're going to a wedding in Montana, like in May, and we're like kind of making a family trip out of it. Like we're gonna hit up Mount Rushmore and take the kids, and then make our way up to Montana, and then hit up Yellowstone, and then come back.
Cool.
And so that's kind of exciting. Like that's the type of stuff that like we are excited to do now, where it's like, oh well, let's make a trip out of it because now we can do that, and now we have time. Because when you're doing ministry, a lot of people don't know, you're like, it's kind of like this job. Like, you're on call a lot.
Yeah.
And you're on call 24/7. So if somebody calls and they need something, you get up and go. And it's hard to do that when you're in that position, especially like with ministry, where it's like, well, I can't leave because I got to be at the church, or I got to be here, and you don't have the freedom to like get up and go. Whereas now, there's times where I can be like, all right, you know what, like I need a break, let's go. And we can do that. So travel. I like, traveling's fun. I like new cultures.
Yes.
Learning about like different culture and different food and
Allie's in the back saying she
all that
loves
stuff.
that.
Yeah, it's
She
awesome.
loves that.
Like we've got like even moving into our neighborhood, like I feel like we've got diversity there.
Now you get to
And
go.
I know. Like there's a guy across the street. His name's Raj.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Raj. You are an awesome guy. But yeah, we just spent like, I was over there like the other night, and his daughter and my daughter like love hanging out together.
Same age.
And same age-ish. And we were just talking about like our different cultures and like his food and drinks and different stuff. And he's like, you're gonna have to come over and try this, and my wife makes great food. And I was like, well, you're gonna have to come over and try this because I love to grill.
Did you take some of that Christmas crack over there?
Dude, no Christmas crack yet, but
that stuff's the best.
Christmas crack. Shout out to my Aunt Lori. Yeah, that stuff is amazing. It's actually in my car right now because I like snack on it when I'm driving. I'm like, man, I didn't have time for dinner, but I have Christmas crack.
What's funny is it's made with white chocolate. If you guys don't know what that is, I don't know if there's a recipe online. You could look it up. Probably not under that name, I'm assuming, because I think that's something he just kind of assigned to it.
Yeah, it's addictive.
But it is fantastic. It's like puppy chow, but with white chocolate.
And like pretzels.
And saltiness and sweet. I had it at your house. But I found out the other day, which is, I mean, it's kind of an obvious thing, but I found out that white chocolate is the least healthy of all the chocolate.
Great.
So,
there we go.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's awesome. Dark chocolate being the healthiest, right?
Yeah, the best. Okay. But I didn't know, so.
That's funny.
I was like, that's probably why that stuff's so delicious. Any questions?
No questions from people watching. So if you're watching right now, it's Ask Me Anything. So
AMA.
You can ask us anything. I don't care what the question is. If it's, do you like to swim?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, I like to swim. I love the water. But
my buddy Kirk from our office, Kirk, if you're watching, man, hit us up.
Come on, Kirk.
He was saying, you've seen some of our videos. He likes what we do. Kirk, ask us a question, buddy, if you're watching.
Yeah, come on. Otherwise, we'll just keep asking each other questions because it's kind of fun getting to know each other outside of the little business, which we do a lot of times.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably already know the answer to this, but I'll ask this question. What is one of your favorite places to eat?
Oh, I don't think you know that.
Oh, all right.
That's so hard, though, because there's
especially on a Thursday.
Oh, see, that's a different thing.
I know, right?
So,
which, by the way, Thursdays we go to Johnny's and we get steak.
Steak special, some money.
Yeah. It's good times. That's kind of our place.
This is hard because we have to get granular and go, what category of food? And then I can start talking about those things. But I would say off the cuff, if we're just talking, hey, what's your favorite place in Omaha? My favorite types of food are like Italian, barbecue, and American cuisine. If you could title it that.
What does that even mean?
Like burgers and stuff.
Okay.
Like burgers, steak and burgers basically.
Yep.
But Italian is probably my number one, and my number one spot for Italian is Spezia. That place is awesome.
Spezia.
Yeah.
Where's that at?
It's off of like 72nd and Center, basically.
In between
Center and I-80. Yeah.
Wait, Allie knows. She's like, I've been there.
It's right over by the It's by the RL Hotel, like right before that on the east side of the street. It's fantastic. Really quaint. Perfect for a date night. Food's super bomb.
Good to know. There you go, Blake. Blake, perfect for a date night.
Yeah, dude.
That's Allie's husband, by the way. For those of you that don't know, that was a little shout out to him.
Another good Italian spot, just got to drop that real quick, is the OG spot, which is Pasta Amore. That place is fantastic. And you have like he might be a first or second generation Italian, the owner.
Oh, really?
I think he's got to be like 70 or 80 now. He's owned the place forever. But all his recipes, places legit. It's real tiny. You want to go in there, maybe if you're a wine drinker, grab a little glass of Chianti and get some veal marsala or something like that. It's amazing.
Okay.
Make me hungry.
All right, now let's hear yours.
My favorite place to eat?
Yeah.
Oh man. So I'm kind of like you. I've got to disperse it. I love seafood, and I love Italian. I love steak. Me and Allie were talking about steak the other day. She's had steak like the last she's had like 6 steak days in a row or something for like.
You guys just
I was like,
cooking it up. Or
whoa, okay. She apparently is like
out or cooking at the house.
No, we got invites from all these people to like eat steak at their house. I was like, okay.
That's pretty awesome.
I would too. Yeah.
Which, by the way, I mean, maybe I should invite you over for some steak at the new house.
You like to grill though. I was gonna say only if I can make it.
It's a charcoal grill, and you can show me. I'm still learning. So here's the thing. I've had gas forever. My dad would only do charcoal.
Oh, only charcoal.
And so when my dad passed, I got his charcoal grill. And so when we moved, I got rid of my old grill because it was crappy. And now I've got this charcoal grill, and I'm still trying to perfect
that's a hard thing to do because the heat is
get the heat situated and all that kind of stuff. So I'll have well done burgers, and then I'll have burgers that aren't necessarily done yet, and I'm like, man, this thing is harder than it seems. My dad was pretty awesome.
Flavor-wise, though, nothing beats a charcoal grill,
amen.
for sure.
Amen to that. I will say that.
But like, I mean, personal opinion, maybe.
Wood
but
burning, Traeger.
well,
grill.
yeah, okay.
That
So
doesn't count.
we're
That's
talking
different.
Traeger. Come on, that's
I mean, that's a no-brainer.
right, because then you're getting smoky. I mean, you get smoky from the charcoal.
But how many of us own a Traeger?
Right, and if
I
you
mean,
know somebody who does, good on
yeah.
you, because you should have dinner at their house.
Exactly.
Actually, I have a buddy who has a Traeger, and I haven't eaten at his house. Luke,
Ooh,
what's
shout
up,
out,
man?
Luke.
You gotta.
You just got called out.
You gotta have your boy over, do barbecue this summer.
I like it.
But yeah, so my thing is with steak, I don't eat steak out a lot, and not to like, you know, toot my own horn or anything like that, but I feel like I can make as good a steak or better than any restaurant. Steak is one of those things.
Whoa.
Dude, well, steak is one of those things like,
That's confidence
You
right
can't
there. That's
really-
what that is. Hashtag
I
confidence.
guess, but I do Ramsay steak, if anybody knows what that is, which is, I don't even touch the grill with my steak. It gets pan-seared.
I mean, what's that mean? You pay cash for it? And you go get
Negative.
it? Oh.
So, not Gordon, or not Dave Ramsey.
Come on, that was good.
Gordon Ramsay.
Okay.
So, usually I'm doing a reverse sear, which is I'm putting it in the oven, low heat, or I'm doing a sous vide, which is you bring the steak up to, yeah, look at him, he's like, what? Bring the steak up to a specific temperature so the internal temperature is right about where you want it. So now all you're doing is hitting it with a minute, minute and a half, 2 minutes, depending on thickness, per side of a sear in a scalding hot, ripping hot pan. You know, you got a little bit of oil, a little bit of butter in there, and then you're throwing in some aromatics, rosemary, maybe a little bit of thyme, along with some garlic cloves, and then you're basting the steak. It's just, I mean, this is nothing
So-
new.
This sounds like
I
Levi's
think we
getting ready
need
to
to go-
open a restaurant.
No.
I
or
think we
something.
just need to go over there
It's-
for dinner one
Hey,
night.
amen.
It's
It looks like
I
we're
will
having
cook
steaks
this.
at your house.
Yeah.
No
But-
wonder why he said, I want to do my own. Like, yeah, okay, I just throw some, like, seasoning on it and throw it on the grill, and
No.
this guy's like, nah, bro, that's not how you do
Salt and pepper only on the steak. Salt and pepper
Wow.
only, and then you're
Okay.
just basting it. Yeah.
it. Okay. Wow.
Anyway,
Alright.
it's not like I invented Gordon Ramsay. It's everybody know. If you're a Ramsay fan, it's Ramsay steak. I mean, I'm sure there's other chefs who do it as well, but that's the way to cook a steak for sure. It just transforms it.
Apparently.
Anyway, enough about that.
Enough about steak. Okay, moving
Any
on.
questions?
Any
No.
more questions?
No.
This is horrible.
I know.
People-
I mean,
I'm
maybe it's not the
watching.
time, or maybe people just don't like watching us anymore.
They're watching.
They don't want to put us on the spot with the AMA.
I-
It's, you know.
Hashtag AMA.
Let's
I mean,
get one from the nosebleeds. What do you got? You got another question for us, Allie?
Give me a minute.
She's like,
Okay,
man, I'm on
alright.
the spot again.
All right.
Okay, I got one for you.
Mhm.
If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Oh man, that's a really hard one because that's kind of situational too, and there's so many that are on the list. But I think really like a place that I've always wanted to go, and will be in the near future is like Italy, for
Ooh.
sure. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say like VaynerMedia because you look like Gary Vee. So
Ryan was saying I look like Gary Vee today because
Dude.
I'm very casual and kind of, I don't know.
if you don't know who Gary Vee is, that's a shout out to Gary Vee because he's awesome.
Mhm.
But yeah, he looks just like him today.
It's
hilarious.
Casual Friday, guys, and it's April, but somehow it's snowing. So you know
Seriously.
what? I wasn't gonna put the suit on today. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Mm,
Can't do it.
nah, don't want to ruin that suit with the snow. It's like a blizzard out there anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're in April and we're like dealing with blizzards still.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
People on the West Coast, they don't understand
It was-
what we have to go through.
Someone can confirm this, but I think it got up to like 49 yesterday. I mean, I was wearing a T-shirt in
Yeah.
my backyard, talking to my neighbor, and it felt great. I was like, "This is awesome, good day."
It was
You
in
know.
the 50s.
Huh?
Yeah.
It was in the 50s. Yeah, it was in the 50s.
Unbelievable.
Don't get it. Yeah.
Dude. Al, if you could travel anywhere, where would you go?
That it really does depend. Does it? If I
Oh
could
my
travel
gosh.
anywhere and it still be safe?
Sure.
Like,
I mean,
I would
What?
go to Israel.
Israel,
Oh,
the Holy
that's
Land.
a good one,
It
actually.
is a good
I'm
one.
an American,
If you stay,
partially blonde woman. Traveling to Israel is not the safest place for me.
No, you'll be
It's
fine.
It's all good.
within Israel, like still, you stay around Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
or something, you'd be all right.
Yeah.
And if not, then I want to go to Australia.
Australia.
Good choice. Good choice.
New
So,
Zealand, I think, would be dope.
Dude.
That's on the list for sure.
so Vanessa, when we were in college, which I don't know why I never went on like these trips. I was the idiot that like stayed back, and we had a thing called interim. So basically, you'd come back from like Christmas break, and then in the month of January, there were trips that they offered for 3 weeks, or you could take a class. So
This is in college.
This is in college. And you could take a class for 3 weeks and knock that out. So, like, I had a science class or, like, a math class or whatever that you'd want to knock out in 3 weeks instead of taking it for, like, a semester. You could do that. And so, me being stupid, I'm like, that's a great idea. Let's knock some of these classes out. My wife being really smart, she's like, I'm going to take out a loan and go on a trip. She takes out a loan. She goes on a trip to Fiji, New Zealand, and Australia all in one trip.
Wow.
3.5 weeks, something like that. Crazy. And I was like, man, what was I thinking?
That's
like,
amazing.
I should have went on those trips.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think about that, and I'm like, yeah, if I could go anywhere, I'd probably want to go check out Fiji, because it looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
She did like Australia. That's, like, one of her favorite places that she's ever been.
I just want to hold a koala.
She did get to hold a koala.
I'm sure you could.
Yeah. You can
Pet
hold
a
them.
kangaroo.
Yep.
Kangaroo,
You could eat kangaroo. She
Yeah.
ate kangaroo.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really lean. I think Troy Bennis. Yeah, Troy Bennis, when I think he hunted a kangaroo or something.
What?
Troy, if you're watching, confirm.
You gotta confirm that.
Yeah.
He's probably not watching.
I talked to
'cause
him
he's
about
big
that, I
time.
think, at the Christmas party or
I mean,
something. He said he was going to do it.
Troy's big time.
Yeah.
He's got a Tesla that he just kind of like sets on cruise and leans back and closes his eyes. And
Those things are sweet, though.
I know.
Those things are sweet.
Yeah, if I had the money for a Tesla, I'd do one. One time, Troy, like, this is a fun Troy story. One time he messaged me and he's like, "Hey, my Tesla's for sale. You want it?" And I was like, "Yeah. What are you asking?" And he's like, $100,000. I was like, "Nope, don't think so. That's like a house."
Maybe later.
Yeah, maybe later. Maybe when never I make that kind of money. But anyways, so yeah, I think we answered that question, right? Yeah, Fiji. Okay.
We might have to wrap this up.
One last question.
None?
Anyone?
Nothing?
Bueller? No one? No one's asking
What's your
questions.
favorite movie?
Oh!
Now that you just said
This
Bueller.
This is another
Bro,
one that's really
So
tough for me.
I'll answer that because I just saw it the other night, last night. I think it was like 2 nights ago. It was on TV, and I was like, man, I love this movie. Remember the Titans.
Oh, that's good. Denzel.
Man, little Denzel. I think that's Denzel's like
Yeah.
one of his best movies, and man, I just love it because
I love the run when he takes them to the cemetery, and
Yeah.
and nobody knows what's going on, and that's his speech is powerful.
there's a
I
lot
love
of
Ryan Gosling acting all kinds
Oh,
of
yeah.
when he's like
yeah.
super
There's a
little.
lot of good like actors in it.
Yeah, he's like cowboy or
Uh-huh.
something. Yeah.
Yep. Cowboyish. You got Sunshine. I mean, you
Oh,
got all these
Sunshine,
other
yeah,
Sunshine.
That's right.
But yeah, I think it's just like, I don't know. That's like my depiction of like what I would want the world to be like, and like if that could be every day and live like that, it'd be awesome. And so every time I watch that movie, still to this day, I can watch it numerous times and I get like goosebumps in certain scenes where I'm like,
Well, his speech, I always get
I was
chills.
like, man, that's good
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah, so that's by far, I think. I like Denzel though. Denzel's my boy. He's a good actor.
Gosh,
I like him.
This is tough, Allie, because I'm like movies are my
I
jam.
know, me too.
So
I
it's
can
so
never
hard
get
for
that.
me because I have this
To
rotating
narrow it
like
down.
I have this rotating like top 5,
Yeah.
top 10. You know, anything Chris Nolan is amazing. Anything Scorsese is always
Square what?
Scorsese.
I'd never even heard of that.
What?
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese? Come on. Wow.
Is this an actor?
Are you kidding me? Are you being real right now?
I maybe.
He's like one of the most critically acclaimed directors there is. I mean,
So like, are we gonna name off some movies then?
any crime drama that's amazing that
Well,
you've
I'm
seen,
sure I'll love it.
and that you've seen in the last 2 decades has probably got his fingerprints on it somewhere.
Okay.
Departed, which is one of my all times,
Okay.
super good. Are we just going Scorsese?
Sure.
Okay. Well, hold on. I'm gonna go through the list
Okay.
because, so I think Layer Cake is probably one of my favorite movies of all time.
Layer.
Daniel
Cake.
Craig, It's a crime dramas are kind of my jam. I love crime dramas and like mysteries and stuff.
Me too.
That movie has such fantastic twists in it. Yeah, that's a good one. That's before Daniel Craig was Bond too, like legit. I mean, he's good Bond anyway, but so that's probably one of my favorites. Departed is up there. Inception, which is a Chris Nolan. That's definitely in there. That's such a good mind
I had
thinking
to watch
movie.
it like 3 times.
Oh, anytime it's on, I'm just like, yep, gonna watch it. These are not on the list, but the Harry Potter movies. I know, probably get some flack for that, but I love those. I love those. Rachel,
it's probably the name.
Huh?
It's probably the name.
Maybe. Rachel and I have like those. I don't know. Anytime we're bored, we're like, throw Harry Potter on, you know, because it's just they're so entertaining.
I have a confession. I don't think I've ever seen a full movie of Harry Potter.
This guy.
Well, you said it earlier.
I mean,
you said it earlier that you're like you don't have a whole lot of time. I don't.
So
my kids really don't want to watch Harry Potter.
If we're having this flip-flop conversation about hold on, and you're talking about sports, I'm going to be responding the same way. Like, who's that?
Gotcha.
I thought he was a QB somewhere. Oh no, he plays basketball actually. That's what's going to be. So,
gotcha.
I got to give you some grace there because like movies are my jam, sports are yours. So I got to give you some grace.
Okay. Thank you for the grace.
Yeah. Anyway, if you didn't ask any questions, and
shame on you.
And you watch this movie or you watch this video, respond in the comments. Let us know what your favorite movie was. Your favorite restaurant in Omaha.
Favorite place to travel.
Favorite place to travel. Any of those, let us know in the comments down below. We'd love to hear from you guys.
I kind of like doing this, but if no one's going to interact with us, I feel kind of like, man, nobody likes us. Nobody loves us.
We like each other. That's okay.
We'll just, fine. We'll do, Conversation Corner is now for us.
Yeah.
We're just, We're just going to do it for us just because it's good. Good for the soul.
Well, listen, happy Friday, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Levi's on a mission right now. He's like, I got to get out of here.
Let us know if you have any questions for us and comment with your favorites down below. And we'll see you next week.
Amen.